Welcome back to MT's Corner with Naisha Tierra, where we discuss everything involving acting. Make sure you like, comment, and share, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be there every single time I post a new video. Comedian Josh Thomas is the latest to be exposed for closing the door in the face of people of color in the entertainment industry. If you don't know who Josh is, he's an Australian comedian who created the award-winning ABC2 and Pivot television series Please Like Me, which he also co-wrote and starred in. He is under fire now for his comments in 2016 on a panel at Binge Fest at the Sydney Opera House, where everyone on the panel spoke about their experiences in pitching and writing TV shows. When it came time to speak on the lack of diversity in Australian shows, he said, "We've tried hard now for years, but I think most of the immigrants in Australia have come pretty recently, and generally first or second generation immigrants don't want to be actors. They have real jobs, you know? Now if he don't get out of here with these lies, there are people on every continent and country who want to act. To live in such a privileged bubble to believe that the only people who want to express art are the privileged is asinine." He claims that it was a high priority for him, yet he didn't go out of his way to make sure he put those people on screen. He also said, "You have to pick every person in the show, so it's like, Josh, what would you like the 7-Eleven worker to look like? Do you make them Indian, or is that offensive? Or do you make them white? That's like you're lying, really." What? Did he just say there's no white people that work at 7-Eleven? You know what? I can't with people. The amount of privilege and racism, it baffles me, the world that some people must enjoy living in. Later on, he suggested, the reason that there are less actors of color on Australian TV shows is because there are not enough experienced performers. Child, what in the hell? However, he threw the other panelists under the bus as well because honestly, he's doing exactly what he's already seen being done. He said, when none of the other shows are hiring people who aren't white, finding an experienced actor who is not white is really hard. He also stated people of color don't have as much experience. Now, that is both a lie and the truth. It's a lie because I know plenty of people of color actors who get denied parts every day and have an abundance of experience and training.
I know. That's all anybody ever sees. I'm never just an actor. I'm always an Indigenous actor. Hey, I love repping, but I don't hear old Joe Bloggs over here being called white Anglo-Saxon actor blah-de-blah. I'm always in the black show, the black play. I'm always the angry one, the tracker, the drinker, the thief. But sometimes I just want to be seen for my talent, not my skin colour, not my race. I hate being a token, a box to tick, part of some diversity angle. Oh, what are you whinging for? You're not a real one anyway. You're only part. Well, what part then? My foot? My arm? My leg?
It's true because in those neighborhoods and schools of mostly people of color, the arts are neglected. So there are less artists of color because they aren't cultivated like they should be, unlike in more affluent, privileged neighborhoods where mostly white people live. Now I want to address him stating that people of color have a lack of experience, when he barely had any acting experience before he cast himself in the lead of his show. He cast his friend and co-writer Thomas Ward on his show, and Ward had limited acting experience as well. And his reasoning for that is because those who auditioned for that part, the part that Ward played, were too good looking. Others also saw his hypocrisy and they said, at Briggs, I had never written a script until I did at ABC Indigenous Black Comedy. I never acted until at Ryan J. Griffin's Cleverman. I'd never written animation until at Josh Strangehill gave me a shot for at Disenchantment. Sometimes all people need is a shot. It's not hard. Yes, all we need is for people to open the door. Still can't figure out what to do with the ones who are inside the room and refuse to hear the knocking. It's amazing how many white people mistake that opportunity for talent. So after all that backlash he received on the internet, he gave a I got caught apology. He said, there's a clip circulating on Twitter of me on a panel a few years ago talking about diversity casting. And in it, I'm being a really dumb, illogical, insensitive idiot and it's gross. I'm super ashamed of the comments I made and would like to apologize. Authentic diversity in casting and behind the scenes is something that is really important to me and that has been important to me for a long time. With making Please Like Me, I always went into the casting process with it as a top priority and then fell short many times. The conversation about why the casting process in Australia is structured to keep out people who aren't white and straight with symmetrical faces and no body fat percentage is an important one to have. But the answers I offered in the clip are in no way constructive or correct. I'm committed to doing better. Honestly, y'all, I'm so tired of this. Like, I'm so tired of this, because people are not, these influencers and these celebrities who are white, who are getting caught about their racism. This isn't something that randomly happened and they, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm being racist today. I didn't even know. Like, some of these people really live in a world of just so much privilege and inside a bubble that they don't realize that there are people in this world that are suffering. And then there are others who not only live in a bubble, but they are being racist at the same time. He is being willfully ignorant. Australia's indigenous people are not even white. So I'm so utterly confused on why he can't find anybody that's not white to be in Australia to do a project. So he also tried to come and deflect and say, you know, hey, hashtag Black Lives Matter. So he gave a suggestion that a cheese company should change their name because the name of their cheese company was Coon. However, he failed to do his research and realized that the name Coon was named after the last name of the people who own the actual company. It wasn't the name Coon as in the same way for black people, as far as I saw anyway. But I'm so tired of all of these I got caught apologies that are coming out. The reason that I'm doing a lot of these exposing videos is because I want entertainers to see who they should not work for, and I want the consumer to see who they should not be supporting. These are people you should not be putting money into their pockets. You should not be watching their shows. You should not be encouraging them. You should not be retweeting them. You should not be making sure that they are okay. You should not be doing anything that helps them to grow. Help the black companies to grow. Help the indigenous people who are in Australia that are filming their own shows that may be of a lower budget because they can't get a bigger budget, because clearly there's a great amount of discrimination in Australia and everywhere else when it comes to people who are not white. Now, let me get off my soapbox. And I want you to let me know your thoughts. Have you ever heard of Josh? Because I tell you, I have never heard of Josh Thomas until I was emailed about him. Honestly, I never heard about him until. Let me know, do you think people can learn from their ignorance or racism or not? And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you online next time.